And this is a video review of the Transformers Studio Series number 8606, Grimlock and Autobot Wheelie from the Transformers the movie. So it's really surprised that Hasbro gave us another version of Grimlock. We just got this one, the Prime's version, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago, and I wasn't really expecting Hasbro to give us another version. That's it. This guy is awesome. Very, very solid. The sculpt is amazing. Articulation, as you can see, can't complain much. He does lack a bit in terms of accessories, and we'll go to that later. Or otherwise, you know, must be the best Grimlock we've gotten outside of third party and Masterpiece. So before we move forward, let's just take a look at the box. So this is the same standard Studio Series figure boxes that we've received so far. This is from the 1986 movie. He is figure number 8606. Figure of Wheelie and Grimlock there. Same image there. Same image there. And he does have the 86 emblem there. At the back is a picture of Grimlock in robot and vehicle mode. He has this bio that just says mockery of justice. I don't know what that means. If anyone knows what that means, just let me know in the comments. Nothing much at the top, no, nothing much at the bottom. And of course, inside the box we have your stock standard backdrop, which is basically that scene with the Sharkticons and the Sharkticons and the Alicons. He also comes with, you know, your standard Studio Series type of instructions, which again is very clear. No worries trying to understand that. Now, he does stand pretty well on his stand. He does have a bit of a backpack, so you have to work around it. But that backpack is stock standard Grimlock backpack, so not too bad. Now taking a closer look at accessories, he comes with a couple. First off, I'll let you know, this sword doesn't come with Grimlock. This comes with another Grimlock, the original War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron one from years back. Fits him quite well. He does come with the, you know, standard Grimlock Blaster. It's just plain plastic, black. I wish they painted this silver to make it more accurate, but otherwise, you know, it's a good scope. Not much to complain there. And this is compatible with your standard blast effects. So let's see if I, you know, if you put this, for example, this one that came with Primus, I think. There you go. So it does fit quite well. And he also comes with, you know, the tiny wheelie figure. And you've seen this, I guess, with the other reviews before. So it's not really that posable. But it's not bad. I mean, treat it as a freebie. As I've said, he's a accessory, not an actual figure, even if he's prominently named in the box. So in terms of, you know, accuracy to the cartoon, he is quite good. So let's look at his face. I mean, your standard jolly looking wheelie face, and this wheelie has an accessory, which is his slingshot. Basically, I'd leave it there. It's tight. You don't need to remove it. Well, I just showed you it's removable. So yeah, in terms of articulation, this guy has a ball joint neck, so just turn around, you know, tilt side to side. Has ball joints on both shoulders, which allows for a bit of motion, but not by much. There's no elbow joint, so both of his hands are firmly in that position. Can't do much. There is a ball joint at the waist, and it does have a little bit of forward backward give and twist. Again, ball joints at the top, at the leg, so, you know, good range of motion there. Nothing on the knee, nothing else. So, you know, not bad in terms of an accessory. A little posable, but you know, you get what you can. There's nothing else you can do with that. So basically, just pose him like he's, you know, shooting his slingshot. So that's how it's supposed to be posed, or maybe, you know, dabbing or something. Now let's go to the main event, Grimlock himself. So like I said, he's a really awesome figure, very solid. Not much in terms of, you know, gaps. We've been so used to gaps in figures nowadays that I'm quite surprised when I see a figure that has no gaps, and this one definitely has not that much. So he does have that one, but that's more for transformation. Other than that, everything else is solid, even the insides of his feet. The transformation makes it so that, you know, all of the gaps are filled in, which is really nice. So taking a closer look at the face, that is your stock standard Grimlock face, which is awesome. I don't know if I prefer the red visor or the blue visor. They gave us the blue visor, which is fine. No, this one had the red visor. Does have the, you know, the gold chest. I prefer that over this clear type of you know, chest piece, just because this is more you know, easy to break. I don't know if this will stand the test of time, but you know, it should stand a better chance than the other one. Now, one point of concern was this black plastic used here. It does obscure the Autobot symbol. Most would prefer this to be clear plastic. What I'd probably do is, I still have a bunch of repros. I might put a repro on top of that. Not that it's required. I mean, it looks good as it is. He does have a lot of, you know, technical detail showing up. So if you're used to Warfare Cybertron, Siege, Earthrise, you'd be used with this technical detail. So I like how, like I've been saying with the Siege, how they're trying to mimic the G1 aesthetic, but bringing it forward with all this technical detail, which is nice. I know there are some G1 purists who'd prefer their you know, smoother plastic and all that, but I think it's nice. Moving down to the legs, you know, even the colors on the legs are accurate. Lots of technical detail, as I've said. Technical details in coloring, accurate. The plastic, the cartoon rather. He does have a very neat profile. He does have the backpack, but this backpack is, you know, standard to Grimlock, so that's fine. I love how he has this huge feet as well. At the back, again, very clean. Some might complain he has, you know, a robot head there, but again, that is accurate to Grimlock. So if you're not familiar with the character, you might be complaining about that. If you are, then you'd know. The dino head always goes behind Grimlock's body. So one thing I found neat about Grimlock is that he has all of these ports. So let me see if I have one. So for example, this one is Earthrise wheeljack. So as you can see, he does have a lot of ports around his body, and that is for weaponizer. So shoulders, back, legs, bottom of the feet. And I was like quite surprised that they have the same holes on this Grimlock. So there you go, the back there, sides of the feet there, bottom of the feet. So I don't know, did they plan on releasing this as part of the Warfare Cybertron line? That's why he had all those weaponizer armor points, maybe. Well, I don't know. That's it. I like that they included that in this figure. Now this gun does store on Grimlock, so there is this groove and it just clamps on the arm there, so you can actually store the gun. Now this is not an official accessory, but this one does have 5mm ports, so you can actually store this as well, peg rather, on this 5mm port on Grimlock's back, which looks awesome. So yeah, and then wheelie here, he does have a peg right there, which works with, I mean, there's pegs on both shoulders, but you can't really use this one just because, you know, maybe if you seat him, you know, looking back at the back. I think he's meant to sit here, so you can just peg him on the shoulder so that, you know, if you want him displayed on Grimlock's shoulder on your shelf, he won't fall off. He's firmly there. Now for some quick size comparisons, here's Grimlock from Studio Series with our Power of the Primes Grimlock. So this guy hasn't really stood the test of time. He's already loose in a lot of places, but you know, that's how they look side by side. The other Dinobots will be even smaller, so definitely you cannot post the other Power of the Primes Dinobot with this guy. Now here he is with Titan's Return blur. I don't have the new blur yet, but he's about the same size, so you know, that's how they look together. Now here he is with Ultra Magnus and Prime, and I think that's a really good scale. Grimlock is supposed to be taller than both of them, and you know, a little bit taller than Magnus. Maybe he can stand to be a bit smaller, but otherwise I think that scale looks great. Here he is with another leader class figure from Studio Series. This one is Shockwave, so he definitely towers over Shockwave. And last but not the least, just because he's here, here he is with, oh, not really his wave mate, but he was released about the same time here in Melbourne. Here he is with the other T-Rex leader class figure we just gotten, and here he is with, you know, Beast Wars Megatron. So quickly, articulation for Grimlock. His head is on a ball joint, so it goes up and down, tilts, turns, no problems there. The arms can go that much out if you move that panel back. Move that panel back. It's not loose by any means, but if you pull in the right angle, it does pop out. So turn it around. Heavy ratchets, just because this becomes the leg as well. Swivel at the top. Elbows that go more than 90 degrees. So as you can see, that elbow does lock in there in robot mode. We'll go through that later, or in beast mode rather. The fists go around, and you know, these are supposed to be the dino feet, but they do swivel forward and back. These do get out of the way, so if you they do swivel in and out, and they swivel up and down. So you know, depending on how you want to display, and they do get out of the way. Swivel on the waist. The legs go all the way out, all the way forward on light ratchets, all the way back, light ratchets. Swivel 90 degrees on the knee, maybe a little less than that, and a good amount of ankle tilt, so you can do the whole Van Damme if you want to. Now, transforming Grimlock is, you know, transforming Grimlock. There's nothing much different from your standard Grimlock transformation. So let's do that. First thing you do is you push the hands in. So that's the reason for the gappage. I don't know why it keeps popping out. It's not as bad as it looks in person. It's you know, very firm. Just the angle where I pull it, sometimes it just comes out. Again, push the fist in. We can actually lock the elbow and unlock the knee joint of the robot mode. So let's unlock the other one. Okay. What do we do? Let's do the legs. The legs kind of surprised me. I really like how the legs work. So first off, this heel piece you fold up, so that is, you know, so see this, there's an angle there, or a straight line rather. Open up this portion of the leg, and then this one is in an accordion kind of joint. Accordion it out. There you go. And then what you do is, see this sliding joint, you're supposed to slide this all the way around, and given this, you know, semi S shape there, it will actually move the entire leg a little bit to the center. There you go. And then just close this up. Let's close that up. Now let's do the same on the other side, a little bit faster now. Heel, open, accordion down, accordion down. Now let's rotate. Why didn't I go? Sorry. Swivel up. There you go. And then close that up. Okay, now we can stick them both together. Let's lift the head up a little bit. Stick them together, and that's the tail done. It doesn't, you know, firmly peg together, but there is a way to firm it up later on. I'll show that to you later on. Now take this torso piece, slide it down as Grimlocks usually do. There is, you know, some spaces there. You can actually friction that between there. I mean, it won't be firmly, it won't be the one keeping it in position, but you know, that's good. Fold the head into this new cavity there, and then fold this forward, covering up the head, and then take this and just cover up that top part. Let's position Grimlock's head, beast head, and yeah, let's just clean him up. Let's keep it. Oh, there you go. And there you got Grimlock in his awesome G1 Dinobot mode. I mean, and this is really great. This is a really good representation of the G1 Grimlock. I know this day and age we already have the new T-Rex representation where they're doing this, but I'm a G1 purist, so I like my Grimlocks standing tall. So yeah, let's take a closer look at Grimlock. And that is an awesome robot Dinobot head. So he does have the blue eyes. Again, I'm over the fence whether I prefer blue or red eyes, but they gave us blue eyes, which is nice. Still a lot of technical details there. Lots of technical details. So if you, well, let's do the comparison with the other Grimlock later on. But as is actually to the movie, all the colors are solid. With the toy, there's a lot of more technical detail in stickers and all that. But for G1, it's just solid colors. But then they make up for it with all the molded detail there. So yeah, really nice. Even the front looks accurate to Grimlock. The tail looks awesome and solid. Not much to complain. No garbage and all that. There is one bit of garbage in this figure, and it's unfortunately the worst place ever, and that's there. I mean, he looks like my 5-year-old. All he wants for Christmas is his 2 front teeth. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know why they did that, because I don't know, is it cartoon accuracy? I can't remember the G1 Grimlock having that problem. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you know. It's just a weird design decision, because they could have just added it there, right? The other bit that I really disliked was the amount of screws. So they have the screws there. I wish they covered that up. It just breaks the illusion. It just ruins the face, at least this side. Not that much, but it's, I don't know why they didn't cover it up. Now, one thing, this robot does have a port inside his mouth, so you can actually put some blast effects in there as well, which is cool. I know maybe a flame effect would be more apt, but I don't have any nearby. So if you have one, put a flame effect there. Looks awesome. Or maybe let's get this one from Scourge. That's a little bit more appropriate, I guess, like a Godzilla Blast or something. Yeah. So yeah, now his weapons do store in vehicle mode, his weapon rather, or in beast mode. So as you can see, there are some tabs there and some peg holes there, so you just peg that in, and that helps secure the tail as well. Not that it's loose, but yeah, sometimes there are gaps there and can't be helped. Now he does have a lot of ports as well, so if you're using the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, you can actually peg the sword on his tail as well. Good storage, doesn't ruin the figure at all. Now wheelie, he does have those little crevices, and there are some pegs around Grimlock's neck, so you can have wheelie. Just peg that there. You can have wheelie riding Grimlock as wheelies usually do. And again, if you have this guy in your display, he won't fall off. So yeah, really nice detail. Now articulation for Grimlock, this is basically the robot mode arm, so it retains all of that articulation. The toes. The new bit of articulation would be the Dinobot head, and I was actually surprised that they gave his head a swivel. It goes all the way around if we remove wheelie, but why would you do that anyway? His head goes all the way forward like that, and his mouth does open a good amount. So if you want to put the blast effect, you can put a pretty sizable blast effect there. And another thing that surprised me, this upper shoulder is in a ball joint, so all the way around. Goes only a little bit out. I wish they used this ball, put this ball there. That would have given this a lot more motion, but that's okay. And they even gave him an elbow joint. And I know I might be asking for too much, but I wish they gave him a swivel here. But as it is, it's okay. Now for some size comparisons, here he is with a robot, Alicon in robot mode. Just stand him up straight, so we have good representation of size. And here he is with a Sharkticon in beast mode, and I think that's a good size. That's fairly accurate to the cartoon or the movie, right? And the one comparison I wanted to show you, here he is with the Part of Prime's Grimlock. So definitely an upgrade, not just in terms of size, but quality. Again, this figure was hampered by the need to have a combination facility, so lots of sacrifices on both Dino mode and robot mode. The one thing this wanted to go for was basically the accuracy to the original toy. So you can see all of those stickers all over the place. This one opted to be more cartoon and G1 movie accuracy, so all solid colors there. My opinion, hands down, this is what you want. No point trying to chase this one down unless you want a combining Dinobot set. Even then, maybe you're better off finding the oversized KOs just because they're more solid. Not that I condone KOs, but just personal opinion. Final word on Grimlock. Definitely a must-have, even if you have this guy. I mean, I probably would get rid of this guy and the rest of the Dinobots if Hasbro gave us the other Dinobots from the movie in leader class and Voyager class scale, I'd probably get rid of my Power of the Primes Dinobots, but we'll see. As it is, this is probably the best version of Grimlock we've gotten in general retail. If you've gotten the Masterpiece, maybe it's not that much of a good deal, but if you need a Grimlock on your chug shelf, this one is the one to go for. So yeah, for me, it's the definite must buy. So yeah, if you find him in the shelf, definitely grab him. He's one of those figures that are flying off the shelves now in Melbourne. I had a really hard time getting this guy. I had to drive like 45 minutes, an hour to get him. So yeah, that was the review. If you love that review, please leave a like, leave a comment, and do subscribe. This has been the awesome studio series Grimlock, and this has been Grim Trigger. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.